Good evening, partner. You look the web conference presentation? Yes. Number 1, presentation, the topics and introduction. 2, arguments of policy violence. 3, laws of human values and dignity. 4, the government's opinion regarding the situation presented. 5, mechanisms use the rescue values and policy violence. Y 6, conclusion. Number 1, presentation of the topics and introduction. My name is Maribel Fajardo Sanchez. I am a student at the foreign language course. I study at the University of UNAT. I am an official teacher, linguistic and postgrad in Ludicas in English, and I am studying English. Okay, begin. I start the web conference by introducing the video and the topics, the police violence. Is the topics speaking the different partners, the police violence. This issue is important because it is what we are experiencing today, and we must make humanity aware to stop this act of violence. In the video, he chose the abuse that the police had with Floyd and the way they killed him. It shows the loss of ethical values, disrespect for life, abuse of power, and lack of handling policy, processes, and especially tolerance. I believe that people demand justice, human rights are violated, and that is where they must head the conflict. Is what we currently live in the world. There is no tolerance, but violence and abuse always oppressing the small fish and not allowing it to act or defend itself. This video made a big impact on me because it showed use and made use think about the situation we are experiencing. It is important to raise awareness of the acts. Continue other partner, the second arguments of policy violence.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nubia. I am studying bachelor degree English and foreign languages. I am a teacher. I am in 7th semester. Welcome to my presentation. I'm going to talk about racism and police brutality in the United States and elsewhere. Racial discrimination has long been one of the biggest problems in the society. As a consequence of this situation, on May 25, 2020, in the Powderhound neighborhood on the city on Minneapolis, United States. A man named George Floyd was killed at the hands of the police. He was unarmed when 4 police officers approached him to arrest him. But one of them, named Derek Chauvin, Nilos Floyd's neck for several minutes, preventing him from breathing properly, resulting in Floyd's death. As expected, the event generated a a wave of outrage and protest throughout the United States against African American citizens. Protests that all spread to other cities around the world. This originate many parades or crowds who showed injustice. There was looting, riots, even burning. Police and businesses, anger and unrest spread through many cities about the world, around the world. In case similar to the George Floyd happening in Colombia, when some policemen beat and killed Javier Ordóñez, who was a father on the family and a husband. He was driving a taxi over Santenais to his home. He was about to receive his law degree. He was a resident of Groves in the Santa Cecilia, the neighborhood in the town in Engativá, Bogotá, who died after a violent police operation. This fact caused great indignation in the citizens of our country. For this reason, cities, cacerolazos, riots, protests were scheduled in different parts of Colombia. Among the CIE, where they initially transferred the lawyers where the leader died. The CIEs in other days were destroyed. A ver. Excuse me, were destroyed or the demonstration. In this situation, we can identify 2 points of view. First all, it can be seen that the people tired and injustice decide to go on the street to protest, blaming the government for all the evil gains. Communities of color, for poverty, murder, and employment, among others, causing riots, damage, looting, fires of the hearts, unrespected. Excuse me. But secondly, we had the point of the government on these protests are only riots with case violence, and they say that this kind of situation should not be allowed as cities and that they should guarantee order, which is why we use force, riot guard, and police. As far as I consider, I believe that racial discrimination exists not only in the United States, but also in many countries. And the only way to fight against the unheard is by coming together, uniting and claiming our rights with dialogue and peace protests. Because with violence, some goals are achieved, but there are many unpleasant consequences because of it, causing damage the people and cities. It is important to know that there are strict international law and norms that regulate how and when the police can use force, and in particular legal means, and the basic UN principle on the use of force and firearms by law enforcement officials are the key. International instrument on the use of the police force, and city must abide by them. Thank you.
Continue the partner. 3 laws of human values and dignity.
Okay, hello. Thank you, partner Marisa, and thank you, Maribel. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fernando Medina Sanchez. I'm studying English as a foreign language at UNAT University. Yes, in this moment I'm living in Florencia, Caquetá. And now I'm going to talk about a little bit about loss of human values and dignity. Yeah. So our central topic is about black people from the US. Yeah, nowadays happening something something horrible. It can be that is happening in the US. So I think that there are ethical values that sometimes we lost, but we don't know how. And you know that people who lost that values, you know that it's so hard to recover them. In this case, I'm going to talk about dignity. Yeah. So I think that nowadays, unfortunately, I think that in the world there are many people and leaders. Yeah, in this case, leader. I mean, person or people who are in the government. Yeah, that who don't know what is that value. In this case, it's going to be dignity. Why? Because they have never been victims or have suffered in their lives. Yeah. And of course, there are other people that have lost this value because they get or they have gotten to the power. Yeah. So they have the power and they don't know. They forgot this important value for that. So I think that dignity is closely linked to the excellence, yeah, to the honor. A person who has dignity, I think that is the owner of high morals, sense, ethical, and honorable behavior. So I think that for that reason, nowadays is happening against African American people in the U.S. Yeah, and this is particularly unacceptable. Yeah, and this particular the deep racial inequalities in the police and criminal justice system and of leaders who lack values and with the fact if they are in the power, as I said before. So I think that this event go unnoticed, yeah, which not only arrest and humiliate those who are not of the same skin color, but also kill without matter the family's pain. Yeah. So I think that these people who by losing their dignity have lost their trust, it can be, and respect for other people just because they are African American people. So I think, partner, that this is my own opinion. I don't know what do you think? Thank you.
Okay. Continue their partner for the government's opinion regarding the situation presented.
Okay, and hi mates, and I'm Jorge Bermúdez. I'm from Cucuta, but I am living in Puerto Salgar, Cundinamarca. I belong to La Dorada SEAT. About the topic, in charge the government opinion about the situation presented in the United States, I am going to talk about Paris Denard declaration in the video. I had been working in the Colombian Air Force for 25 years, and I know what is the sentiment of the institution. And Denard and defends the declaration of his institution as a as a law enforcement that he can make or employ the force, but in the way how it was applied, I disagree because when we was studying in the uncommissioned office schools, the first that the first that it was studied for, was the human right, and we can, or we have to, or we must protect the right of the human. We can make things that it can hurt the other people. And but I am agree with the Paris dinner when he said that the law enforcement operation they have to apply the force when the looting or the rioting, please excuse me, the rioting or the looting or the Walmart rise, because there are people that it doesn't matter the house, the pharmacy, or the building, the other person, and the law enforcement operation is to apply the force to reply this hazard. And about the racism, it is possible because there are many people that he lived in the past time and in the 18th century, and right now I have a little trouble with the college of my daughter because it's severe. They was severe in a observation with my daughter, and I said, but it is extra. I don't know. It is past the limit that. Excuse me.
No worry, classmate, no worry.
Don't worry.
Excuse me, but
Take a break.
No problem.
it was a bad way.
Yeah.
And the decision was extra limit. It was severe, and I have now in a trouble with the college. But there are people that think in the past mode because they thought they think that he put an uniform, correction, wear uniform. It can hurt the other people, and we can or we must use or we wear the uniform is to protect to the people.
Okay, other mechanisms used to rescue values and police violence. Other partner?
Hello. You can hear me?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, partners, you can start.
Okay, okay. A bachelor degree as a foreign language. This is my nice to share this kind of environments with all of you. So I live in Casabianca, Tolima. I have a really bad connection. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So in this that can be used to respect some values in this Afro-American people by the police office and in this meeting we are going about the George Floyd case and all the implications this case. So to talk about the laws, that the American culture is so different from the education, the way of living and the thinking different. But we have our values. One of the most important human rights, respect for the life of another, and of this problem is depression. Really is the root Donald Trump, because Donald is the classic Republican, the Afro-American people, the immigrants would have many A's on it. So many A's. The social media, or he must accept them and in way to try to support. It's not. So we have not only kill George Floyd, but they kill people because Donald Trump does not wear his policy about killing someone is a crime. Yes, it's ever. In many cases, these people are only to return to the topic of the police office should have a better training where not only their mind, their way of thinking, and the respect for the life of the another must be not be an option for this office. Okay. I want to add that the case of George Floyd is one regarding the exercise force, and it's so important tonight to reject all acts of violence. That's not against these people, but person, for example, you and me. That's it. That's is all my. Thank you so much.
Maribel, and Lina has indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Lina has indeed. What is the other topic?
I like one's feedbacks, reference the question, the Lina. It's important to change your attitude and manage processes. And the government may tools or respect and ethics. Yes? Yes, comprehension, partners. It's important change the attitude in different process. The government's reference the ethics values, the respect to the peoples, order in the theory. The racism is important, respect. I consider it's important this. Other partner.
Yeah, Maribel, and I agree with your opinion, with our opinion about this topic. I think that this problem is not happening just in US. Yeah, as you can see, as you can know, this problem have been about over years. A lot of years ago this is happening, and not as I said before, not only in the US. I think that around the world, here in Colombia, we're having this problem too with black people too. Black people are having this problem in every place that they are. I don't know what is happening with that. In this case, in my own personality opinion, I think that it won't, or this have, or this must finish, but because they are people too, they are human too, yeah, they have feelings, they need to live.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that I don't know, the government have changed these feelings. Yeah, they must change that, these laws, they must change that, these laws. And I help them, of course. I help them, and you know that all of we must have the same opportunities. You know, we are humans. I don't know, what do you think, partners, about that?
Partner,
Okay, I,
the time finish. The time finish. And I like the thank you for you, the participation in this conference. Yes?
Thank you, Maribel.
Okay,
Goodbye,
partners,
classmate.
thank you so
Goodbye,
much
Thank
for
you,
classmates.
sharing your
partners.
knowledge. Hope to
okay,
see
Thank you
you
so
again.
much.
Bye bye, everyone.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Mm.